All right, peace, family. This is the pro-black perspective on KWAZ radio. I see somebody already downvoted me. That's not cool. It just started. But today we have Goddess Conswelo again. We're going to be talking about...
Peace, family.
Oh, hold on a second.
This is the pro-black perspective on KWAZ
Checking
radio.
out the audio. The audio works. All right, so So yeah, we got Goddess Conswelo here, and we're ready to kick it live. I just want Goddess Conswelo to introduce herself, and then tell us why she's back, because it seems it's a really serious issue, and she wants to communicate as much to you. But make sure you drop those like buttons. All right.
Yes, I am Conswelo. I am part of ADOS, and as he stated, this is very serious, and in that we can lay a blueprint out for all of us as Black people in different areas on different on the continent of Africa, in different countries in Africa, in the African diaspora, in the Caribbean, for us to all, at some point in time, receive our reparations if your government has not atoned for what they did, which some in Central America, from what I understand, have atoned and gave their ex-slaves or free slaves land or monies and things to survive, where in America it's totally different. So let's get into why our people or the Black population doesn't understand the reparations movement and how it can be very impactful for the world. Not just AI.
All right,
so
fam.
Go ahead.
All right. So, wait, let me make sure that you can be heard. Can everybody hear her? Let me make sure. Hold on a second.
I see somebody.
Let me see. I'm just making sure that everybody can hear you clearly.
Okay. The reparations movement. And
yeah, you sound great. All right. So, all right, sis. So, let us know, like, what's what can you tell us? Like, what can you tell us right now?
What I can tell you is that now with reparations, it is gaining more traction with legislators, with actually white people understanding now the history and what has the system and how it's been implemented over time. And so with that, we have now some legislators that are on board with HR 40, but for ADOS, HR 40 needs to be rectified, it needs to be edited and changed due to it including individuals that have not contributed to building America in a way that ADOS has.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to designate ourselves because we are the ones that have endured this plight from the very beginning in the creation of America. So this is not, reparations is not in America or here in the U.S. and what ADOS is fighting for has been ongoing. Let me put this out here since many people immigrate over here and don't know the real history of America and what has transpired, and especially Black history or African American history. This fight for reparations has been ongoing since we were emancipated. It started back way in 1865 with some people and individuals, and even with a lady from my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee, by the name of Callie House. And she actually had the interaction with Marcus Garvey, and in which Marcus Garvey came and into America and worked with her a little bit after she was incarcerated. Okay, she was using the postmaster, the United States Postal Service, for individuals throughout the nation to mail in their subscription or mail them their subscription and for them to mail in their payments, because this is what she was working on. So in that interim, and when they decided to use her mailing information to individuals around the world, they decided to, or in the U.S., they decided to use that against her as fraud because she was receiving monies. And in that, while she was incarcerated, Marcus Garvey kind of came into the picture and wanted to assist and da-da-da-da-da. So that's just a little historical fact. And then if you come and let's fast forward to the late 80s and early 90s, before the bill was introduced, there was a group of African Americans, including Johnny Cochran, the late great attorney, that had started facilitating on a legislative level to get reparations and have America to atone. So this is not new. And in that, I think and feel and believe that we can get this going here, then other countries will have no other choice but to atone and to also, rectify financially.
Okay, so I'm trying to get it straight though. So you want to specify that African immigrants should support this? Why?
Yeah, why not? Why would they not support this?
All right, so
I know several who do.
Huh?
I know several who do.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, what's up, Seymour? How are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, so yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah.
So give me a reason why African immigrants should not support Americans descendants of slavery for reparations.
All right.
You're just gonna come to Africa and build.
I'm sorry. Repeat
We're
that.
only going to go to Africa and build.
Oh,
well, no, we're not going to Africa. We've already built here. That's the thing. There's a very what we need to understand is that we are descendants of Africans that were human trafficked throughout the world, and in being human trafficked, us here in America is different from our brothers and sisters even in the African diaspora in the Caribbean, because they were able to maintain some of their traditions, right? So they may still have more of a connection to Africa or Africans, I know that we don't have a connection to Africans because Africans are tribal. And in Americans, descendants of slavery, we're not tribal people. We're very collective. So in that, we have basically invited and accepted many immigrants coming into our communities and attempting to support you. But in that, we've noticed that many immigrants decide that they do not want to be a part of what we have, because of whatever they believe the other white man and telling them to stay away from us and da 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 da. And most have abided by that. So it's offensive to us that have built this country and contributed to this civilization and basically have fought for your rights to immigrate here, and then for you to come here and say you don't support us in our fight, in our battle, in a country that we created. We are not Africans in the sense that Africans that come from Africa, the continent of Africa.
Don't get offended by that.
Well, you may be offended by that, but that's
they shouldn't be offended by that. They should accept that.
Many
Some of them are.
Yeah,
all right.
Many of them are. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
they shouldn't be.
So all right. So by the way, so if anybody, I guess. But so, Goddess Conswelo, you want people to just jump on? You okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so anybody who wants to jump on in the conversation, you already know. You can just click the link in the description, and if you already have the Discord, you just join the voice chat. Very, very interesting. So I'm trying to get this straight though. So Conswelo, is it okay if I call you Conswelo?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So Conswelo, are you saying that you don't think, so reparations will not be used to build up Africa, but instead to build up America?
No way.
I need to communicate what I meant to Goddess. What I meant, Goddess, is I am a descendant of slaves on both sides, but I also have Native American descendants here as well. But I'm married to a Nigerian.
Okay.
I've been to Africa.
Me too.
I love it.
Yes.
And with the trajectory of what's occurring here in the country that we built, it would only benefit us. It would only benefit Africa, and it will only benefit the rest of the world if, when we received our reparation, we connected to Africa because we are not wanted here. We have never been wanted here. Some of us love it here. I'm not faulting anybody for that. But the resources that run the world are, just like us, being stolen from Africa. And it's on us, if we are leading the way. We've been wrong, and we want our money now.
What is that?
It would be nice that we could say that.
Sorry, you're breaking up. Somebody's breaking up.
It's Goddess.
Oh.
She's going in and out. Is it just me or?
Yeah. Your internet. Your internet's kind of trippy. Maybe go closer to the Wi-Fi or use data or something. Yeah. Okay. So I see. Show jumped on. No, we can't hear you. I think you lost connection. You know, that's probably one of the first things that probably should spend on some reparations is better.
Well, Dave Chappelle talks about that all the time. I mean, it's a real thing. You know, I'm a computer coder. When I went to my boot camp was created by a black multimillionaire. He said we are being left out of the digital age purposely. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest ways that's being done is, not upgrading the hardware in the communities we live in. You don't even have access to super high. I can't get Google Fiber where I am. I'm in the hood. I've had to go up past the top manager at Spectrum and get them to come out here and repair the hard line. Because, I'm not going to suffer from lack of access. And you're not going to tell me that I'm paying you because I'm just not that type of person. But I do hope Goddess can help troubleshoot her because she's very intelligent and I love what she's saying. And, only through these types of conversations.
So, but my thing is this. Didn't you say that we should build Africa? You're saying that...
What I said, and I want to clarify that, my husband's Nigerian. I have been to Africa and I see huge potential in creating businesses in Africa. I think I can make more money in Africa than I can here.
Okay, but her idea is Goddess. I mean, Conswelo said that she doesn't think that we should use our reparations.
She can't tell me what I can do with my money, and I can't tell her what she can do with hers. If her goal is to stay in America with her reparations and continue to build here, more power to her. I don't look down on her. I don't fault her for that. But I have a connection to Africa. I don't blame anyone, just like I don't blame any African who is angry because some little stupid Negro bullied them, called them African booty scratch or whatever they call them. Mm-hmm. I just happen to not have had that happen in my family because my aunt got married to Gambian. So I was, exposed to African culture in a positive way. Just like they tell the Africans on TV, oh, watch out for the Negroes. My kids like old Walt Disney cartoons and stuff on YouTube. We watch them. I'm like, man, they got ants, they black paint on their face, talking about, ooga, 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 we're going to eat you, and stuff like that. That stuff is ingrained into us that Africans are inferior, dirty, cannibals. These are the messages we've been given since we were children.
Give me 2 seconds. Consuelo, can you try to sign off and sign on?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, you're back?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if you were back or not. All right. Yeah, what were you saying, Seymour?
I was just saying.
Oh, the animation. Yeah, the animations are ingrained in us. Yeah. That's true. So Consuelo, I just want to clarify. So you believe that African immigrants should support reparations for African descendants of slavery, if you say, or basically African Americans, who then are going to try to develop America further?
Well, I mean,
it's more of a self-development, I think.
Yes, it's more of a self-development.
Because we have been purposely held out of the development.
Wait, let Consuelo, because I know Consuelo's the headliner.
She's right. This is a dead old. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, this is a debt owed for the work and the labor and the creation of inventions and civilization and everything that we've had to go through thus far in this country. This is not for us in this moment. We're talking about wealth gap.
I can't hear her.
All right, try to sign back on. Try to sign out and sign back on. Wait, no, not you, Goddess. Seymour, try to sign out and sign back on. Yeah.
How do I do it?
Well, just close the just press the hang up, and then try to come back in. All right.
Okay. So you can hear me fine, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so we have to understand what reparations is first and foremost for most African Americans that are descendants of slavery. This is something that is owed for the work that has already been done and us contributing to this society and being held out basically because the system has been oppressing us from the very beginning. So in that, when, the end of slavery, Emancipation Proclamation, we got nothing. We didn't get the 40 acres and a mule. And even today, there's been so many things that have hindered us, even though we have been working, we have been doing things. But in that, they're not allowing us because I think and feel they know we can take over America.
Okay, so
which we have.
All right, so you're saying that you believe that with reparations, you can take over America.
And with reparations, well, we will have more power.
Okay, so you believe that you will have.
Why is somebody talking about taking over America?
I don't know. I don't even know what he means.
Who got that?
Look, she just said that. Well, you just said.
That's not what we mean by that.
Well, clarify what you mean by taking over.
We are speaking about a wealth gap, and that we will come back up, right? In the difference in the wealth gap and poverty levels, where we will not be the bottom caste.
And I think it's important for people to know that there was a time in history that we were closer in the wealth gap, and that's when Jim Crow, and that's when kind of other laws were specifically put in place to take away land from us.
Exactly.
So, all right. So what? Exactly. All right. So on Seymour's point, then, if you were closer in the wealth gap once upon a time without reparations, right? And then they decided, oh no, you're too close, and then they implemented Jim Crow in order to expand this wealth gap. Why would they, the same people who purposely expanded the wealth gap, then purposely close it?
It's not them, it's their grandkids, and their grandkids love black dicks. And it's also the system. It's the system. It's the system, period.
So why would the system? Why would the system? So why would the system then turn around and say, you know what? Let me give you guys. Let's close this wealth gap.
They're already doing it.
They're closing the wealth gap or expanding it?
They're closing the wealth gap. There's so many initiatives being taken.
Hold on a second.
They're not. No, that's not close. Excuse me. That is not closing the wealth gap.
Yeah, they're not.
This is some misinformation and propaganda that people like to communicate. The only way that the wealth gap for African American descendants of slaves to even come close to what a white America is making right now is through reparations. There has been debt owed, and in that also a system implemented to keep us from rising in power, capital, and investments. Hence the reason for redlining in our development, in our housing, credit, receiving credit. It is a system against us. Credit scores, all of that does. So you can implement all kinds of programs and initiatives. It is still not going to close our wealth gap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I wasn't the one who said it was close. I mean, I agree. So if the system is expanding the wealth gap on purpose, why would the system turn around and close it?
Because they're being held to the fire. I mean, when we are able to interpret laws, just like the Jewish did, and use said laws to demand toward reparations, basically a settlement for the damage that has been done to us, which is, and I want to clarify, that's exactly what we're doing. When I say initiatives, I'm saying when Congress is taking a look at HB 40, when they're saying, yes, they have a claim, we need to research it, that's what I mean by it's already...
But Congress is not looking at it.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Congress is not looking at it.
Congress is looking at it. They already have, like, now 150 people signed on to it. So
Yeah.
Congress it's moving. The bill is moving, but
it's there, but they're not looking at it if they don't have enough signatures.
They do have enough signatures. I'm telling you that they have enough signatures.
Okay.
So now it's up to us to educate our communities about what this is and how we can be proactive in making sure that it's edited so that it does do what it's supposed to.
So I wanna go back to the issue of when you said that. Well, because you said that you never clarified what you meant by take over America.
Basically, we have already taken over America. We just don't have the capital and the wealth, right? So when you look at America and America's history, our footprint, handprint, I've said this before, our bones are all over America. When you look at the city of D.C., we created the layout of the city of D.C. You look at appliances and certain things in your home. We did that. We invented the ice scoop. We invented the ironing board. You know, we invented the air conditioning. So all that's left for us to rise and be greater in America is the wealth.
So,
if you want to look at it.
All right, so yeah, okay. So my thing is this: you said you alleged that you built America, correct?
No, I'm not alleging anything. I know we built America because it's our history. And
so if you built America, and America's the top imperialist nation on the planet that's just wreaking havoc all over the world, right?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
It's wreaking havoc right here with us. We're black people that were enslaved here.
Okay, so
what is your point?
I'm trying to understand. You're saying that after reparations, you will continue to build up America and make it even a stronger imperialist nation?
Hey, yes, why not? We're here. We already built it.
So
we created and contributed to this society in a way that no other ethnic group has done.
Yeah, so you think that people should support the idea of America being further empowered by these African Americans who were building it up to make it a powerful menace on the planet.
And change some of the things.
That's the only thing that's going to fix it.
Exactly.
You said why not?
Seymour.
But you said
it is us. Here's what I believe. Okay, point blank. Period. It's not only just African Americans that have to do the work to make sure justice is implemented in this world. Because when you look at any black nation, country, injustice runs rampant through imperialism and colonization. And we have allowed it to continue because a lot of our brothers and sisters, and nothing against you, Sister Seymour, but they are not fighting over in these other countries over in Africa. That's why I say Pan-Africanism is dead and more Africans are tribal. They do not fight their systems. They do not come together and say we are not going to continue to live like this.
All right, so let me. Wait, what did you say? Oh yeah, peace, brother. How you doing?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So when you say Africans aren't fighting their systems, can you explain? Can you give examples?
Yes.
I have an example.
Okay, go ahead.
My sister-in-law, so my husband and his two younger sisters, their mother brought them here when the youngest one was probably 2. And she's now finishing up her undergraduate degree. She is dating an African-American man, but she totally admitted to me that she was only doing it because the white girls are doing it. I've had conversations with her, after going to Africa and just kind of really taking in, just like I've gone to Spain and taken in culture. There's a lot of corruption. And I've only been to I've been to Morocco, but that was kind of a resort deal. I was protected by, my professors and stuff from the culture. But in Nigeria, there's a lot of corruption in politics. And in communicating with her, I learned that her opinion about her own people is just worse, in fact, than mine is about my people. And, you know, I've spent hours and hours and days trying to kind of pick her mind to understand why she didn't feel that there was any hope in trying to fix it. Just like, no, what we do is when we get up, we come to America. We don't, there's no point, there's no hope, there's no use in trying to fix Nigerian corruption. It's never going to happen, she said. It's just never going to happen.
Okay. So I see what you're saying, but I think we just have to be careful about saying Africans don't fight their sisters. Case in point, Malians just had a revolution. You know, they were protesting. I don't know if you heard about it, but you might have heard about it recently. But you know, they've been protesting for literally 9 months in the streets, millions of people. So when you say that Malians aren't doing that, you know, that's not true. Okay? So when you talk about even in Nigeria, for instance, if you go to the Delta region, you understand that people are actually taking up arms against corporations. So when you say that,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool because you know a lot of this stuff doesn't get out. But you know, if you know when you go to the Delta region, it's literally like everyday people. Like imagine if you were in Atlanta and you were in the SWAT, and people out there are taking up arms against Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is completely destroying the environment. So like that type of stuff.
But okay.
And it happens more in Africa. Yeah.
Now. Okay, so you say Coca-Cola, an American company, right?
American
so
company.
You have to look at the government in allowing that, and that's one of my biggest issues with Africa. Is the government is allowing foreigners to come in and get more than what helping their own people. So that's where I say, why aren't the people getting together and making sure they are electing individuals that have their best interests at heart? And it might be more than one that you have to strategize and put in places so that you can overturn this corrupt system and implement something that is more just for your people.
Yeah,
no foreigners.
That's what we're doing right now.
The land.
Well,
no foreigners should be able to come in and get your land. Go ahead.
So I understand what you're saying, but you know, what I'm trying to explain to you is that people are doing that, but this is like a multi-generational, multifaceted thing, right? So you know,
and the same thing. Yeah.
You're not gonna see
here. Go ahead.
necessarily everything happening at once, right? So, for instance, in Nigeria, there was a chief who allowed the Chinese to come, and he told them where to get gold, right? A chief and some locals, right? Which is technically illegal according to the laws of the nation. So the Chinese this is like 3 months ago, the Chinese actually poisoned one of the largest rivers in Nigeria, right? So that chief got arrested. The chief got arrested, publicly shamed. So you understand what I mean? Like, there are certain things that happen that we do that we're trying to fight and we're stopping. So, you know,
I have to say that is a beautiful story, and thank you for sharing it, because we here who have been cut off from our history while simultaneously building something, because a man with no roots, he cannot grow. We can't overnight just reconnect ourselves to the motherland. However, we can connect to what has happened to us here. We're attempting to do that, and then, you know, I don't know if it's controlled opposition or what, but I see these debates between immigrants and ADOS, and why is this happening? We were all attacked by the same enemy.
But because I have to say, unfortunately, menticide is big in our population.
Take a drink.
It's black people, period. We have, many of us are brainwashed, and we go along to get along. It is not for us to go along and get along. You have to stand in your truth and who you are. And a part of that is knowing who you are and being comfortable with who you are, right? So menticide is basically, many are enforcing what the imperialists and colonizers. Many have bought into this society that to acculturate into American society, I must do what white people do. Yeah. Right?
Okay, so
my behavior must mimic white people's behavior.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, that black people are imitating white people, don't you? I mean, isn't it possible that maybe in America that is a much more popular phenomenon?
No.
Or for instance, you might say, in other words, when you challenge why Africa doesn't, why Africans don't challenge the corruption that's in their countries, but I guess you're really you might not necessarily be familiar with all the movements going on in Africa. All the same, when you look at the movements in America, the challenge to the American system is very minuscule.
Yes.
Very minuscule in the sense of these white people kind of just run over black folk. In fact, there was just recently we found out that Stacey Adams, I think she was running for Georgia governor maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, she actually won the election. But the white man went and took the seat anyway. And the people in Georgia kind of just they're sitting on their hands right now. In any other country, there would be some uproar, there would be some removal.
Yeah.
But in America, and this is going to be black people here, a black woman loses an election, straightforward in the quote unquote freest nation in the world, and they're just sitting on their hands. So the idea of and that's probably the most grotesque demonstration of corruption. Another example, of course, would be Flint, Michigan. I see a lot of black people complaining and whining about Obama going to Flint and tasting the water. That was 4 years ago. From 4 years on,
there are groups and organizers that have been doing the Flint thing, and they made sure that the governor was held accountable. I think
was he held accountable? Because 4 years from now, they're attempting
to make sure he was held accountable for charges.
I want to say two things. I want to say two things to this. First, one is that to this day, the people in Flint do not have clean water, and there are thousands of black children. ADOS that we allegedly allegedly you guys are the best, right? ADOS kids who are being born with, who are facing the damages of lead poisoning, mental illness that's going to go through generations.
When you're speaking of these specific topics or areas, you can't say that black people haven't been out here in these streets and organizing things.
Even if you are in the streets, hold on a moment. Even if you are in the streets, you're in the most powerful nation on the planet. Allegedly.
But you're missing.
And hold on a second.
So that we can address his concern.
Yeah, you're the most powerful nation in the world allegedly, and 4 years later, not only do you not have clean water there, but Flint is just one of many cities in America that has toxic waters. It's not even the most toxic water. It's one of many cities in America. So when we talk about what are Africans, what are continental Africans doing, and we know that continental Africans do not necessarily suffer in the same sense, particularly considering the wealth of the nations at hand, right? It behooves us to then say, these people, the people in America, are in fact the penultimate fighters, and we have to, and not really processing that for the last, how many years, we have seen from the quote-unquote African American a loyalty to the white man that's been unparalleled by any people on this planet.
Really? There is psychologically speaking some Stockholm syndrome amongst us.
Not
some. I just mentioned menticide.
So we're speaking the same thing.
Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out what is his point.
I see what he's saying.
I see what he's saying, but at the same time, we're fighting a system here that is environmental, that is food, that is everything. We're fighting everything. The culmination of being in this society and being under this structure, this system. So when you say that we are the ultimate, it's not that we're the ultimate. But the thing,
we're just the first ones to doing it.
Yeah, well, not even the first ones that's doing it. It's just that we are keeping the fight going, and we have many battles. It's not just in one area. We are fighting many.
When you say you keep up the fight, I want to figure this out, okay? Because my understanding is this: we here in America, people brag about how they participated in every war that the America has waged, right?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so if you participate in every war and America is warring in the interest of capital expansion, in the interest of imperialism, in the interest of world oppression and world destruction, why should anybody support somebody who has fought on behalf of America for the last 400 years?
Look at the reason why they fought. They did that to get college education. They did that to get out of the ghetto.
So you kill children. Hold on a second. So you train mercenaries in African nations and kill children and bomb cities.
So don't say
hold on a second. You said for college education.
The American
for college education.
Military.
Look.
The black people who joined, my daughter's in the National Guard.
Exactly.
And she's being faced with being told to shoot down her own people here in America in the streets.
And what does she do?
Wait, let me finish. Because we came from poverty. We 2 thumbs out of poverty. 2 thumbprints out of poverty. And yes, she made the decision to enroll so that she could buy a house and so that she could have college paid for. So that she didn't have to come out of debt. No, a child at the age of 17 is not knowing, okay, they are training me to be imperialist and go and destroy these other nations. No, these children who are enrolling in the military aren't aware of that.
I had a friend. I want to say this. I had a friend who America was training to be a soldier, and then they asked him, "Would you go to Trinidad and shoot upon the Trinidadians there?" Because he was from Trinidad himself. They said, "Would you go to Trinidad and shoot upon the people there?" And he said, "No." And so they gave him they dismissed him from the military.
Okay, so here we are. Here we are. When you say
some people have like the reality that not only is the moral integrity right questionable, but the idea that you're going to brag
is the ultimate determinant, and that's why we're fighting for reparations. When we don't have to do things we don't want to do anymore to get money, then we can focus on the real issues. We can't even think about right or wrong because we have to sell drugs, we have to rob, we have to do these things to eat.
Consuelo said.
Let me say something.
Okay.
Why is it that the onus is you're here in America, you're an immigrant? Why is the onus only on African Americans? Let me ask you that. I don't see many other.
They ain't looking at the white folks.
And exactly, because you all have your own country. You all have the power to build your country and fight America as well. So why are you all not doing that?
When we fight America, sister, hold on a second, Consuelo. When we fight America,
a microcosm fighting white supremacy and colonialism and imperialism from within. But you guys have a whole freaking country where you can have armies, you can have continents.
Consuelo.
Why are you not doing that?
Consuelo.
Why are you not doing that?
When we fight America, listen to me.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. Seymour, you're saying something totally different from what she's saying. She didn't mention white people. So it's like you don't want to confuse the narrative.
Hold on. You're saying we're appeasing white people, but we're here in this country and we've been fighting white people.
Yeah, all right, Consuelo.
We've been fighting to be here and be at the table.
Yeah, exactly.
We have immigrants coming here that get out of the process too. Okay? And then once again, you are from black nation. You are from black nation.
Let me explain that, Consuelo.
Why are you all not joining together and fighting it?
Let me explain that, Consuelo. When we fight America, okay? You and your the quote-unquote African Americans are the ones that are there fighting against us.
When we walk out on the street to go to the grocery store, the police department is there to shoot us in our backs. It's no different.
Okay, so why are you going? Why are you going into the Congo? Why are they finding dead African Americans in the Congo? Why are they finding dead African American soldiers in the Congo if the police are shooting you here?
We're getting killed everywhere, just like you are.
No, the reason why there are dead African American soldiers. No. The reason why there are dead African American soldiers in the Congo is because there are African American soldiers in the Congo.
Let me ask you this. So now you want to put the onus all on African Americans when the military is comprised of many different ethnicities, and we are a country where you come from a black nation, where you can have black militia.
Hold on a moment. The country I come from.
Hold on. You can have black militia to come since both of y'all have dual citizenship. There's so many things that I think people are missing because you're very narrow. People can be very narrow-minded.
Look, hold on a moment. Consuelo, just to clarify. We have so much power that we're focusing on right now. We're focusing on African Americans, blacks, in a military, in a country that's a superpower that oppresses us. And then we're minuscule. I'm going to keep saying we're minuscule. When you have countries on the continent of Africa, and you have black leadership in the African diaspora, how are you all not joining together to fight? All right, so
just fighting reparations.
Exactly.
Look.
Exactly.
Consuelo, let me.
There's power in numbers. You all are black.
Let me explain that to you, okay? Because if you're asking a question, I can explain. The country that you think that I should war against America independently has a population of 2 to 3 million people.
No, I said, why are you all not joining together in a coalition? You got Trinidad and Tobago, you got Jamaica, you got the Bahamas, you got the Virgin Islands, you got Turks and Caicos.
That adds up to 20 million people. That adds up to 20 million people.
Why is no Rwanda, Uganda, Congo, Nigeria?
That's Pan-Africanism. That's the Pan-Africanism that you guys are fighting against.
No, we're
not fighting against anything. Y'all not fighting against anything. What we're not doing is coming together and focusing on our true enemy.
I agree.
Which is not each other. None of us are really fighting each other because we're not violent people. And that's the problem.
All right, hold on a second.
Because we want to talk our way out of everything and reason our way out of everything.
But also with that, you can't have be here and be a part of the system and then act like you're not responsible too. And then also in that, when we are here fighting this oppression, and then others are not joining us in fighting the oppression, and then want to put the onus on us and everything. That is not right. And I have a problem with that, period.
So, hold on a second. You believe that African immigrants have never fought for like civil rights or fought against white people on American soil?
What I'm saying is we're not getting together. You all are focusing on some things that we're
Hold on a second.
We've been should be
African immigrants. Hold on a moment. African immigrants and the Pan-Africanist movement in particularly those derivative of Garvey, have been the ones who were getting together and fighting against white people. It's this recent iteration. Hold on a moment.
As an African American has not been fighting against black people.
It's this recent iteration of nativism, which has not been collectively fighting against African people, but instead has been fighting against immigrants for some damn reason. Okay? When you guys go online and say, hold on a second. When you guys, Seymour, hold on a moment. Seymour, hold on a moment. Hey, Seymour, what are you doing? All right. What I'm saying is this.
I don't believe it.
Okay, let me articulate myself.
It's coming from both sides.
All right.
I don't believe that this is something that was initiated by African Americans because we've been here. We've embraced you collectively in our communities. We have not purposely done anything. Exactly.
When you complain about Harriet Tubman being played in a movie by a British woman, right?
Yeah. Fuck the movie stars, fuck the celebrities. They don't give a fuck about
Okay, so then why in the world are you making this an issue of division?
Because they have a problem with that. And I don't get why they have a problem with it, but African Americans should have a problem with it.
It's
You
because
see?
we poor. No, we in this motherfucker, and they giving a job to somebody that's not here, and we're poor. We want our reparations, so we don't even have to worry about that anymore.
But if you want the reparations, why are you focusing on that? What does that? What does that have to do with reparations?
I'm not focusing on that. You will never see a post.
Seymour, the leader of the hashtag ADOS. Seymour, again, we're talking about a real system going on. Yes, you have anecdotes, you have personal experiences. You are not going to not everybody's going to be in the same thing, but you're talking about the spokesperson. You're talking about the spokesperson of the and the co-creator of the hashtag, both creators of the hashtag. Okay? Both creators of the
when you're done. I'll explain that.
Both creators of the people who created the of the people who have pushed on this narrative have not only have made numerous videos and have made tens of thousands of dollars, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, promoting this idea. I mean, going against this celebrity nonsense and picking at African immigrants. And just to continue this point, just to highlight this, people like Tariq Nasheed and them who have their own little thing going on, they also are questioning people like black folk and their lineage and their heritage in order to malign and harass them. If you don't do it, that's fine. But we're talking about a whole at the core of these movements, the central hubs of information for these movements are in fact anti-immigrant and destructive and divisive.
I see subversion.
I do too.
This is from the leadership. No, you don't say subversion when it's the leadership.
Wait, calm down. Because
no, that doesn't make any sense. It's the leadership.
For a reason. I'm not with Black Lives Matter. Why? I have beefs with Black Lives Matter.
I do too. Go ahead.
When certain people get boosted up on a pedestal and pushed out on the mass media, things change. Commentary change, narrative changes. It's the people. When we start to focus on the leadership, we get away from the people. I'm a person. I'm sitting here telling you,
okay, that doesn't make any sense.
On CNN, it is up to us to squash this beef.
That doesn't make any sense. The leadership.
Wow.
Look, the leadership of a people. It's like saying let's ignore Trump. You don't ignore Trump. Okay, but does that change the fact that he has the influence in America? No.
Influence on who?
You don't think the president of the United States has any influence?
He's a puppet.
So you think the president of the United States doesn't have any influence?
He's a puppet, just like Obama was a puppet, just like anybody other. It's not about who sits in that office.
So you believe that you have more influence? Hold on a moment. You believe you have more influence than United States than President Trump? Do you think you, as an individual, have more influence than President Trump?
I think collectively, me and
you as an individual have more influence than President Trump. You as an individual, one individual against another.
Myself as an individual.
Okay, all right. So then why are you looking at Trump as an individual?
Yes,
I look at him as a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but he's a spokesperson of what?
Of white supremacy.
Okay, so now your little collective is more influential.
I'm not a part of a little collective.
Okay.
I'm a part of a huge movement.
Bigger than white supremacy.
If you can get on board, it might be.
It's not. All right. So, Goddess Conswelo, what are you gonna say? Because I mean, y'all just tripping now.
I want to first express how the ADOS movement is not accepting of, yes, you said immigrant about Cynthia Evero in the part of Harriet Tubman.
Beautiful.
Hold on. But what started that was how Cynthia Evero was online with a white male degrading African Americans.
Oh, I'm just the first person to do that.
Hold on.
Okay.
She degraded us in a tweet, and then she now wants to play our heroine. No, ma'am. And then also, let me, when I say we're fighting a system, Hollywood, okay, we've been fighting for our place in Hollywood for centuries, and black representation on the screen. black, dark-skinned women representation. So then now, in that, even our brother Samuel L. Jackson told us what was coming down the pipeline. He warned us that they are now going to go and get all these black immigrants to be playing in these parts and not give the parts or cast African Americans. We are seeing it happen in real time right now. So
people realize that they are too being used as tools. We're being used as a tool. You're being used as a tool. We have to talk amongst ourselves to see what's really going on. Stop following whatever the squirrel.
Yeah. And that's why I opened with, I know we all can do this throughout the world. But if you're only going to focus on what we're doing and find problems with what we're doing, well, we've been doing this for a very long time.
Okay, let me explain something.
Let me say this. African Americans have been living in a system of white supremacy and oppression. We know the game, honey. So when you all come over, you have to learn the game to know the game. You don't know how to play the game.
All right, you guys know the game like in the sense that like a German what was it like basically, I'm not even going to go into that. I see somebody else join. This is my resident hater. I think he's the one downvoted me. All right, so
welcome.
Okay, so what can I what as far as okay, yeah. So let's see. You have. Oh yeah, sorry. So that was the main point right here. When a lot of. All right, let me ask you this. Let me ask Conswelo this at least. Conswelo, were you familiar with Yvette Carnell before ADOS?
No.
Okay. So what if I told you that I was familiar with Yvette Carnell before ADOS?
That's fine with me.
Okay.
I don't judge anybody. I know she's been on a board.
I don't know her now.
She I know, right? We don't know her, but we know that she and Tone have started this movement. I appreciate them in that space. What she does in her own time, whether she's a lesbian or whatever, ain't got nothing to do with it.
I ain't never said none of that. Anyway, look, hold on a second. Everybody, there's too few likes for as many listeners are here. So come on, drop some likes. All right. What I was gonna say about Yvette though, as far as all right, so all right, Conswelo, let me ask you this: have you been familiar with the conscious community?
No, I do not know about the conscious community.
All right, do you know about the YouTube economy?
No, do not know about the YouTube.
All right, so let me tell you about the YouTube economy. I want to explain this to a lot of people. So let's say on YouTube, right? There are some people who can make a pretty living off of YouTube. Okay? Mm-hmm. There are some people who can make a pretty living. Like you can do, like particularly if you're white, you can. Well, not just if you're white, but like there's a lot of black people who do this too, where you could like play a video game. You could play a video game, and people will watch you play video games. And this would be like on Twitch mostly, but they will pay you, just because you're good at the game, right? Mm-hmm. Random citizens, random people would just pay you, right? Just donate money to you. Another example would be you can unbox different devices you purchase. You can get ads to do scientific experiments. Basically, there's a lot of money to be had in entertaining people on YouTube, right?
Okay. So there used to be.
There used to be. It was much more easy to get ad revenue once upon a time, but you could still get people to donate to you and all that kind of stuff.
They have an algorithm that automatically lowers the value of the content we're discussing.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So this is the YouTube economy. A lot of people who are not necessarily in a nice financial situation will try to get revenue from YouTube, right? And of course you need a certain amount of subscribers. I don't have enough subscribers, so I can't even do that, right? But anyway, check this out. There are people like that, okay? Now when it comes to the conscious community, there were a lot of people in the conscious community who took it upon themselves to try to get onto that wavelength, get onto that resonance, get onto something that black folk would like, right? Something that black folk would like, and to a large extent, the largest opinions on the largest people who would like eventually, like when I was in the conscious community, if you will, right, I would hear a lot about this channel called Sonetta TV, okay? And Sonetta TV, I never really watched it, but Sonetta TV was one of those channels that was pretty divisive, had a lot of debates, had a lot of so on and so forth. But the main thing is that it was pulling in money, right? And so there were people on the periphery of that sort of avenue, right? People like Tariq Nasheed, people like Boyce Watkins, people like Yvette Carnell, okay? Before Yvette Carnell came out with her
ADOS.
Even before ADOS, yeah. But what Yvette Carnell
They
and
are ADOS.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know who's ADOS. What are you talking about?
Every person you just named.
Oh no, I'm saying like before that there was also Brother Polite. There was also like there was quite a few people. The reason why I'm giving you this backdrop. You said who? Somebody said something? All right.
I heard somebody say lies, but go ahead.
Lies? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, before that there was, and now so basically a lot of time. Oh, Umar Johnson's another one. So eventually, a lot of people were having little falling outs, right? There was Umar Johnson having a fallout with Tariq Nasheed. There was what was it? Boyce Watkins having a fallout with Yvette Carnell, because eventually Yvette Carnell was like in Boyce Watkins' network in a sense, right?
Yes, she
and,
speaks of that.
Yeah,
yes,
and then they had like a little falling out. Later on, Yvette Carnell releases this podcast. I mean, this YouTube video that says Pan-Africanism is dead, right? And this is even before she uses the hashtag ADOS. I think it was a little different at that point. You know, it was because people were saying like it was something less like it is now. And she was and that was it. Like ADOS came and it started trending, right? And one of the things you want to do in this YouTube economy, if you will, is you want to go viral, you want to trend, right? So she starts off going against Pan-Africanism. You know, Pan-Africanism is the thing that you are essentially saying why, that's what we should be pursuing as a black people. As an international black people is an international struggle against white folk, and Seymour is saying the same thing. And that's exactly what the Pan-Africanists have been saying. But Yvette Carnell gets viral and does this whole American nativism thing under the pretext of attacking Pan-Africanism. Right?
Well, I'm not sure that that's why she did that. We have to separate the fact that we are fighting for reparations. And in developing
Who's saying I'm lying?
this... Wait, don't do that. So, in developing the bill, it will need to be discussed who is entitled to what.
Yes.
Lineage is going to be used. That should not offend anybody who was not here at all.
Okay, no.
There are arguments happening. But let's not separate that from the fact that we actually do have to do this thing in order to get what we need, in order to do what we want to do.
Wait, hold on a second. So just to clarify, this video of her on Pan-Africanism is dead is in fact older than, it is in fact what catapulted this quote-unquote movement.
We needed
this movement been going on for a while.
Well, I've already went through the history. But we need, in this moment in time, we need to designate who we are. Because what we're seeing is, and I will say it, what we're seeing is many immigrants are cosplaying as us to be in positions of power and leadership.
Facts.
And they are not assisting our community.
Facts.
They are not helping our community. What I'm seeing is individuals that say they're all about Pan-Africanism. And let's talk about what Pan-Africanism is. Because Pan-Africanism is something that American descendants of slavery started. And we believed in being collective with our people. And we're now seeing our people, our skin folk, come over here and do the same thing to us as the white supremacists and the colonizers. So we have to separate ourselves, because this work and what's owed is not for everybody.
All right, so
That shouldn't offend anybody. That shouldn't offend anybody.
All right, hold on a second. Nobody's being offended. Hold on, nobody's being offended.
Great.
Hold on.
And your vet taking the hashtag and Tone doing what they're doing. They have been in political spaces. They are educated as well. One from Howard, one from USC. So when people speak on them in these ways, we don't care about what she was doing before, as long as she was and she is loyal to the cause.
Well, yeah, she's again. I'm emphasizing the YouTube economy. Okay, in the YouTube economy, you want to go viral, you want to trend, you want to pull on the emotional strings of black folk.
YouTube's dead. It's on live right now.
Yeah,
who isn't pulling at the strings?
This video was from 2018. Okay,
who isn't? Who isn't making money off of black people right now? Who isn't? Akon got into the rap game and told black people we need to get over slavery and that we need to.
All right, PC, hold on a second, PC, just stop.
Please stop, PC.
I'm gonna have to drop off too.
Oh, you're gonna have to stop. You're gonna drop off?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop off in about 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah. You said who isn't profiting off of black people? Yeah, I understand that, but the question being, because the thing is this: at the end of the day, there's a difference between work and talk. Okay, you go back into The Miseducation of the Negro, right, by Carter G. Woodson, and Carter G. Woodson is going.
You ready?
Hold on a second. Oh, you talking to somebody? Yeah. Let me say something. I want people to hear this one, so I'm gonna before the sister has to go.
Okay.
Carter G. Woodson will tell us like pretty much one of the things, and this is something that even Marcus Garvey was saying, because this is actually really important. So I'm gonna search it up. All right, so I'm going to share this screen. Let's see if this is gonna work. All right, so Carter G. Woodson says, if the Negro could abandon the idea of leadership and instead stimulate a larger number of the race to take up definite tasks and sacrifice their time and energy in doing these things efficiently, the race might accomplish something. The race needs workers, not leaders. Such workers will solve the problem with race leaders talk about. Wait, hold on a second. Such workers will solve the problems which race leaders talk about and raise money to enable them to talk more and more about. When you hear a man talking, then always inquire as to what he is doing or what he has done for humanity. Oratory and resolutions do not avail much. If they did, the Negro race would be in a paradise on earth. It may be well to repeat here the saying that old men talk of what they have done, young men of what they are doing, and fools of what they expect to do. The Negro race has a rather large share of the last mentioned class. When you are talking about the issue is this, that when it comes to this ADOS and this Yvette Carnell situation and all that, if you look at her videos, she is talking to make money. And you're saying who doesn't do that is fine, but the work is not being done. The work
is being done.
The work is being done by
her.
The work is being done by actual organizations in America, right? Like the people who actually co-authored and HR 40 are the people and the organizations behind that. The issue is that this hashtag, this division, because the thing is this: I grew up like an immigrant. I knew dang well, right, that I would not have any claim on quote unquote reparations going to African Americans. I have no claim on that. I would not try to claim that. There is nobody. I don't know of any immigrant on this planet who comes to America and says, you know what, the way how they enslaved my ancestors, I should get reparations for it. Nobody.
There are two groups right now.
There are no immigrants.
To disenfranchise Adolf and attempting to get money from Adolf that is not theirs. And I can tell you it's in Cobra that believes in Pan-Africanism.
And Cobra is the one authoring, and Cobra is the one doing the work for reparations.
No, they're not. Adolf has been doing the work.
Adolf has not.
When I say Adolf has been doing the work before Cobra was incorporated, sir, I mean my ancestors have been doing this work way.
And Cobra, if you're talking about African Americans,
I'm also speaking speaking of individuals that did the work back in the 80s and the 90s and brought the forward.
If you're talking about...
It was not in art. It was also Johnny Cochran and ancestors.
Yes, if you're talking about African Americans petitioning the government for reparations, yes, African Americans are in Uncobra.
We've been in leadership. At one point in time, the NAACP was in on it. So when you say that we have not been doing the work, what are you talking about?
No,
shot down in the streets, starved, poisoned, discriminated against, kept out of housing, kept out of credit, kept out of jobs, kept out of everything. We still fighting.
Okay, all right. So long story short, since Conswelo has to go, let me just go back into the realism of this. Okay, the realism of it all is this: that you believe that reparations would be able to empower black people here in America, correct?
Of course.
Okay, so if it can empower black people here in America, right? Why would the U.S. government, those who or the U.S. elite, if you will, who are trying to hold on to power in America, why would they give you more power?
Can I answer that?
Yes.
No, hold on a second. Let Conswelo answer it.
She gave me permission to answer it.
I know, but I'm saying let Conswelo answer it. Conswelo.
We already, to me, okay, I'm gonna put this in and then some more you take off. So we already have power in a sense, but not power, right? We already, in a sense, and this is what they're afraid of, because they already know, once we are in a place where we're not in progress, we blossom. The rest of the world already imitates us, right? The culture of America is us. So in that,
there would be no America without us.
Exactly. There's no America without us.
Okay, so my question though is why then would they empower you if it would in turn disempower them?
It's not going to disempower them.
So what would it do? Make them more powerful?
To stand beside us and equally like they do the Jews.
Why would white people want to stand beside you?
Because we're forcing them to. They don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice. Meanwhile, they're the ones making the choices. If they don't have a choice, why are you requesting on them?
We have to. It's the law.
Okay, so it's their choice. Then it's their choice.
It's not their choice.
Okay.
It's our fight. Yeah. It's our energy.
So
it's our effort.
Who's going to give this reparations? Is it?
And I will say this. There are over 330 million people in America.
Okay.
I am meeting more white people that are now skin to the decadent veil and understand because they've been living in their bubble of privilege.
What do common white people look? I have a white neighbor, right? She has no authority over me at all. Okay? She actually asked me to pick up and clean something, and I said no. And that was it. She was furious, but that's it. The idea. Yeah, she can call the police. She can call the police. She can look. I told her to call the police.
You too.
You know what I'm saying? I told her to call the police. I told her to call the police.
Okay.
She can't do shit. You crazy? Anyway, but my point is that even if you meet some common ass white folk on the streets or what have you, right? That doesn't change the fact that there is a system in place, and this system is not interested in sharing power with you. It's not even interested in sharing power. Hold on a second. It's not.
He doesn't.
You said somebody doesn't understand what?
I don't understand how the systems work.
Okay. I don't understand, but
that we've been here and we finally figured it out, but you don't trust us because.
Okay, I don't trust you because you don't got it. If you're the lower class, if you're the lower class, if you are the lower class, why would anybody trust you? Proof. Where's the proof? Rhetoric. There's work or the qualities of a moral order are measured by deeds.
Time to figure out what's going on in Nigeria. I'm gonna need some time to fuck Belgium up because they fucked them around 15 times. We all need time. In the meantime, we stop fighting amongst each other and support each other as we get what's rightfully coming to us.
I have limited resources. This is what we have to understand. Look, when we talk about strategy, if I see all y'all are doing is doing these conferences and giving money to these figureheads who are doing nothing, if I say that's all y'all doing, no, I'm not gonna support.
Don't y'all me.
Okay.
On y'all me.
Didn't you just y'all me?
Well,
You just y'all me.
We are here to educate you on how we're doing this.
Show us what are you doing then? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? In fact, we're gonna go back to the Carter G. Woodson quote. We're gonna go to the Carter G. quote. When you hear a man talking, always inquire as to what he is doing and what he has done for humanity. What have you done?
These arguments are taking up a huge part of the time that we can be.
No, it's about to end in 5 minutes. It's about to end in 5 minutes. Don't worry.
Twitter, we gotta respond to
information. Is already out.
ADOS this, ADOS that, Pan-African this. Just shut all that down. Let's sit down and let's do the work.
When you hear a man talking, always inquire what he is doing and what he has done for humanity. Since you allegedly know so well how to get stuff done, and what all I see is you asking this white boy who is not interested in giving you anything for the last 400 years.
It's not a gift, sir. It's a debt owed.
Okay. Well,
let's keep that. But remember,
it's a promise. It's a promise he did not keep. Look here. I want to tell you this. Look here, Conswelo. I want to tell you this. I listened to your man Sandy Darity. Okay? I listened to Sandy Darity. He said reparations based off of this 40 acres and a mule promise. Right? Promise.
No, it's more than.
It's not about
a promise.
It's about tort law.
I'm telling you what Sandy Darity. I'm telling you what Sandy Darity said.
Because I read Sandy Darity's book.
I'm telling you what Sandy Darity said in this interview.
Is on many a video speaking about reparations and what it can look like. So don't misconstrue what Sandy Darity is saying because you want to keep this narrow view and make it just easy black and white in how this is going. It's not just a black and white thing. There is gray areas. There's things to manipulate. There are things that you have to work around.
Well, when you get it, congratulations. All right.
Okay.
But it don't seem like.
All of us.
But
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry.
It don't seem like.
I was trying to go outside.
It's gonna be a win for all of us.
Okay, well, it seems like when Yvette Carnell holds another 10 conferences and your man Tariq Nasheed has another 20 conferences. Sis, I'm talking to Conswelo.
She only had one conference, and we did not have a conference because we didn't want to subject people to COVID.
Exactly.
So I don't know.
When you have other conferences, I'll also
I think he
congratulate.
Has problems with your dad, but the ADOS movement is here for the people, and we are collective in our movement.
Good luck.
And so we're going to continue to do the work that you think that we're not doing.
All right.
It starts right here.
And I'll continue not seeing it. All right. All right, sis. I think you said you had to go, right?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, no problem. Check it there. All right, we're gonna end this. Okay, we're gonna end this podcast. But thanks so much for. Oh wait, you left, Conswelo? Oh, she left. Okay. All right then. So I'm gonna say Shem Yam Hotep, all that. I see PC here hating for no damn reason, but yo, you gotta grow up, my dude. All right. Anyway, you gotta grow up. Fuck up. All right, let me close this podcast. But all right, thanks so much everybody for listening. I cannot hear it. Sandy's not a good in comments. There's no gray area. It's cut and dry, either black or white. It's either they play reparations or not. Yeah. As far as I could tell, they're not going to. But hopefully everybody enjoyed it.
You still don't know what tort law is, though.
You never explained it. What do you want me to do?
You can do the research. You read all these books on Africa. Read something on tort law.
Yeah, I tried to read it, but
you
said you were going to present me some information, but you didn't, so I can't do that. I did not see it replying retroactively. You allege that it does, but I never saw it apply after 400 years. If you believe it does, that's fine. I still don't see white people respecting it, mostly because it's not. It was like the enslavement that they did to America, to the Africans in America, was not illegal. So.
Have you read H.R. 40?
What?
Have you read H.R. 40?
The enslavement of African people was not illegal.
Have you read H.R. 40?
Have I read? No, I haven't read it. Have you read it?
It's in the link. I sent it. spend some time in there and expand. Don't just come in saying this is bullshit. Saying,
well,
okay,
all right, Seymour, if you
I
wanna,
trust Seymour.
Seymour, if you
Let me
wanna,
look at this.
if you wanna have a podcast later, tell me the time and date. All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the stream, but hopefully y'all heard that. That's next another podcast. Seymour and I. I'll probably have to read HR 40 first, but sure, I might have to roll my eyes at that one too. I don't know if y'all know. I heard Sandy Darity.
That's what you want to do.
If you look back I listened to Sandy Darity for 40 something minutes, and it was like, this guy's joking. But all right, thanks so much, fam. I'm gonna end the stream. All right, Terry Emotep. All right, I ended the stream.